Hello, this is Roy Gillis, Centex Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we're getting ready to go inside of Connally Cadet football, and we've got the head ball coach, Coach Shane Anderson, coming up. This is Roy Gillis, Centex Sports Network. Thank you for tuning in. We're getting ready to go inside of Connally football. I've got my co-host here, Jalen Gillis, and we're getting ready to go inside Connally football and talk to the head football coach of Connally, Coach Shane Anderson. Coach Anderson, how you doing today?
Doing well. How are you guys doing this week?
We're doing good.
Great.
Doing good. Well, coming off a big win on last Friday. Guys look good. They look relaxed, and I wanted to just check with you to see what you thought about this victory you had on last Friday night.
Well, it's a 10-game season every year, and this year a 9-game season. And we talk to kids all the time about beating the people you're supposed to beat, and and then slipping up or winning a few of the big games. And so we've dropped a few big games this year, and but what we have done is we beat the people we're supposed to beat, and going down there, that's kind of our first road trip. We talked about that. I thought the kids handled that well. I thought our coaching staff did a great job of all the following the itinerary and all the nuts and bolts that go along with travel nowadays with the COVID stuff. And I thought we handled everything well. And then obviously we came out of the gates hot, and I think we played pretty well, for the most part for 4 quarters, and we got out of there healthy, and we got out of there with a win.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's always one of the most important things, like you said, coming out with a win and coming out healthy as well. Something you always look forward to doing in the end of a game. I want to talk to you a little bit about some of the emergence of some of these players on the offensive end. I guess they're kind of just everybody's progressing throughout the season, which is always a good thing. Some of these guys are getting the ball now and some more playmakers. We knew about Kavion Gaither, of course, and we've got to see Trey Wisner, but now we see Jamari Wiggins and Jermone Powell able to start emerge on the offensive side as well. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, we've talked about it before as far as, we're blessed with a lot of talented kids, and, the Wiggins kid's a sophomore and Powell's a junior, and he this is his first year on the varsity. And so, kids like that are learning how to play the game on Friday night. They're learning how to prepare at practice. They're learning how to study video, and, they're going to continue to grow. Those running backs, Coach Quentin Snell, our running backs coach, does a great job of, developing players throughout the season and developing players throughout their career here at Connally. He's done the same thing on the basketball court as the head basketball coach. And, he's one of the best coaches we have on our staff. And he's, even in keeping those kids positive when they're not getting a lot of carries early in the season, and, and just bringing them along. Like I said, I think developing is the best word I can use. Is just, those kids are starting to develop, and they're starting to understand how to do this and how to do it at a high level. And so, hopefully, we have a stable that we can go to, the rest of the way and through a playoff run where, if somebody goes down or somebody needs a breather, we're not scared to put another kid out there. And by them going out there and performing, that's exactly what they're doing, is they're giving us confidence in them. And so, we're excited about where we're at.
Coach, one part of the game that really stood out to me was special teams. Special teams really stood out. You made some big plays, had one call back, and I think I had made mention to you. You had to let me know about the rules. You can't come back and make a block. And on some of those blocks, and back in ancient history, when those type of blocks we call scholarship blocks back in the 80s. But what did you do to get this special teams rolling like this?
Well, I think we work it. I mean, we spend time on it. We talk to the kids about the importance of it and the importance of it in district ball games, and we talk to the kids about the importance of it throughout the playoffs. You never know. I think if you go back and we dropped the game 2 years ago to Pleasant Grove, and we had a block punt, and we had a bad snap, and then ended up costing us. And then last year we get in a big game, against Gilmer, and we had 2 bad snaps, and and it ends up costing us. So we've put a lot of emphasis on it this year.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about scoring in special teams. If you can score in special teams, that's
Yeah.
huge, huge
Huge. Yeah.
in big ball games. If you can get a turnover or score, those are the 2 things. If you do that special teams wise, you're probably going to win the football game. And so like I said, we're putting a lot of emphasis on it, and the kids are giving great effort on it, and it gives some of the kids an opportunity to be a starter that may not be a starter on offense or defense, and so I think just taking pride and putting emphasis on it's the big deal. But yeah, going back to those blindside blocks, that's a rule they put in play last year, and so it is a rule. Our kids know the rules, we know the rules. You can't do it, but it sure is hard when they're chasing your teammate and you square them up and have a chance to knock them out. And like you said, you see something like that on tape, you think of the 1985 Chicago Bears or the Redskins of old, and guys peeling back and knocking people's teeth out and stuff like that. And the game's just changed so much,
Mm-hmm.
and so we got to do a better job of not coming back and doing it. You can come back and shield them, but you can't come back and KO them like we did the other night. And so luckily those kids are okay for Gerald, and our kids are okay. But it was exciting to see the 2 returns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coach, so now you guys are coming into the district at 2-1. You got Gatesville coming up this week, and then the week after that could be a huge matchup potentially for the district with China Spring. And the way that this district is shaping up, Salato's still undefeated in district, so there could be a lot of district implications on the game in China Spring. Not trying to look past the Gatesville game, no, we got that this week, but the way that this district is shaping up, this could be kind of a great finish going into the district. What are you guys kind of thinking about that?
Well, I'm upfront and honest with everybody I talk to. Always have been, always will be. I'm not trying to hide anything. We talk to the kids. If we play well Friday night, we should win here at home. Our last home game of the season, senior night. We want to win. We want to send these seniors out at Mac People Stadium a winner, and then we'll go over to China Spring the following week and hopefully be playing for second and third place. Looks like Salato's going to run the table and win the district. And hats off to Coach Hare and those guys. But us in China Spring will square off for second and third. You do want to be second. It's as far as looking at the route through the playoffs. I think the second place team out of our district could potentially go 3 or 4 rounds deep. I think it's going to be really, really hard for the third place team to advance past the second round unless you play really, really well. And so, I'm not saying it's impossible. The year that Rockdale won their state championship, they were the third place team. It's happened before, but you're by being second or third, you're in the total opposite ends of the bracket than Salato and Carthage. And so, I look for us or China Spring to come out of that bottom half and to play either Carthage or Salato possibly in the 4th round. And I think the winner of that will have a chance to go play for a state championship. And so, I think we're peaking at the right time. I think I talked to our kids, about being consistent this week. That's our word of the week this week is consistent. Right. And, if you want to be taken seriously, you got to be consistent. And we've talked to our kids about that all week. And we've got to do a better job as a coaching staff. We've got to do a better job as a football team of being consistent.
Coach, I was thinking because this is senior night coming forward, and you've been a player. And how important is it? These years, most kids are not going to go on to play at that next level of football. And you've been a senior, and you've had that senior night before. How big is that senior night to just kind of celebrate what you did and these memories that you have?
Well, I'll tell you this: if you don't win it, it ain't no fun.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like homecoming. That homecoming game, that senior night game. It's really not it's for mamas and daddies and aunties and uncles and all the other people. But our job is to go win the football game. And, we're going to recognize those seniors up front before the game starts. And then once we come back in the locker room, we're going to try to get locked in, and we're going to try to send them out winners. And, we need to get this one under our belt, and we need to get to next week and be playing our best football. But, with the win last week at Gerald, with everything that's unfolded, we've clinched a playoff spot. So that's clinched. That's done with. We're fortunate to be a playoff team for the third year in a row. It's been a long time here at Connally since that's happened. And so we're very proud of that. But like I told our kids, if we're just going to be satisfied with being a playoff football team, then we might as well check it in right now. We're not just going to be satisfied with that. We want to go play for something more. We want to go win a gold ball. We're not going to be able to win that district championship gold ball, but we want to go win that by district gold ball. And so that's the next thing on our mind, and to be playing our best ball at that time.
Yeah, and I think all of the goals that you guys are setting are, like you said, you guys can see them and they look like you guys will be able to achieve them this year. So this week we got Gatesville coming up here. Like we said, senior night, Mac People Stadium, last game, home game of the season. What are some of the keys to the game that against this Gatesville team?
Well, I think it's like any other week. Eliminate the big plays and win the turnover battle. Gatesville is they're struggling a little bit. They're coming off a win against Robinson, and I believe them and Gerald will be playing for the fourth and final playoff spot next week. So you got to put yourself in there, and from their point of view, they need to be healthy going into next week, and they need to be playing their best ball come next week. So I think they're going to pull out a lot of tricks. I think they're going to pull some things out of their hat that we may have hadn't seen. Trick plays, onside kicks, fake punts, 2-point conversions, swinging gates, things of that nature. So we got to be ready for all those things. But at the end of the day, it's about tackling, it's about blocking, and it's about like I said, not giving up the big play and creating turnovers.
Coach, as we're wrapping this up, and I know we've got so many limitations due to COVID, but as I've looked at the stands on the home game, on the away game last week, and then the home games we've had this week, you really have had some parents that have really come out and support. Some of them are just standing in the parking lot, man. Anything you like to say to these parents that they just support this team?
Well, I think anytime that you have success and you have the success we've had, you're going to have a good fan base. And, the reason we've been able to have the success we've had is because these parents and our community has bought in to the way we do things and our program. And, we'll be forever grateful for this senior class. They're the ones that were seventh graders our first year here. So they've been through our entire program, and their parents have been through our entire program. And so, when they walk off that field Friday night, last time at Mac Peoples Stadium, we want them to, have a great taste in their mouth, and we want them to be a winner. And so, like I said, just, thankful and blessed, for all the people that support us, but especially those parents of our seniors that have been with us for 6 years.
All right, Coach, you have it today from Coach Shane Anderson. Coach, we want to thank you so much, as usual, for stopping by and giving us a little insight about what's happening inside of Cadet football. We wish you well on Friday night, and go Cadets.
All right, thank you, guys.
All right, Jalen, there you have it. Coach Shane Anderson stopping in, talking to us about a little introspective, talking about where Connally has come from. The season, the regular season only has 2 games left in it. So great accomplishment by Coach Anderson and that Connally ISD, really that whole team, that whole staff there to get these kids this far, given that many schools have had to postpone or cancel games. They've been able to keep these kids healthy. And while the season has kind of been up and down, we had some losses that I think could have easily been wins. They're still here at the doorstep of getting second place in district and going into the playoffs with some momentum.
Yeah, like you said, being just having a chance to get second place in this district is going to mean a lot, especially moving forward in the playoffs. And just moving forward into the playoffs for this team. If they can get second place, I believe the team he said, the teams he said he was trying to avoid was Carthage and Salado. I believe he said he wants to get if they can get second place, they'll be on that side of the bracket, and Connally will be able to be on this side of the bracket and have a chance to at least get to the 4th round. When you get to about the 4th round, you have to play some of those bigger dogs like a Salado or a Gilmer or Carthage this year, which is just a huge deal. Carthage being in 4A Division II now, so having a chance to be able to do that is going to be really, really big for this Connally team. And like you said, the seniors in this class were the first class that they had coming in. They were the 7th graders. So they've been able to develop these kids all the way through to now senior night, to the peak of this Friday night, their last home game at Mac People Stadium. So it's going to be a huge last 2 games at the end of the season for Connally.
And while there are a lot of seniors on this Connally team, these underclassmen have really stepped forward with, with the Wisner kid and McDonald, I think is his name, and Powell, because I think Powell's an underclassman as well.
Yeah, he's a junior, and Marcus McDonald's a junior as well too.
You got some great underclassmen that have really stepped forward. Being senior night, you got some great seniors. College recruiters, if you're watching, if you haven't recruited Connally, these seniors that they have, you're missing the boat. And so it'll be a good time for you to get on the Connally Cadet bandwagon and make a call to some of these kids, because you'll get some great players. So moving forward, Gatesville we have on this Friday night. Jalen, what are you seeing as far as what Connally needs to do in order to come out victorious?
Yeah, if Connally can just keep doing more of the same of what they've been doing with their offense, just letting a lot of different guys touch the ball, I think that's been key in the second half of the season, having so many different people be able to come in and make a difference, like guys you name, like Jermone Powell, Jamari Wiggins, LaMarcus McDonald. There's just so many different guys that they can help, that they can get the ball to, and that's really helped take some of the workload off of Gaither, and that's going to keep him more fresh for this playoff run as well. So if they can continue to do some of those things, and like they said, it's not going to be just a completely easy game either, because Gatesville is playing for something as well. They're going to be able to play for the 4th place in this district next week when they play Gerald. So this game is going to be big for them as well, and that 4th place team can have a chance to get in the playoffs. So that's big for both of those programs. So Gatesville is going to come in really focused, and if Connally can do the same, then I believe they'll be able to come out with the win in this game.
All right. Well, you have it today. This has been a great show as far as talking to Coach Anderson. Of course, we appreciate all of you fans that kind of keep up with what's going on with Centex Sports and our collaboration with Connally Athletic Department. We want to thank you all for tuning in. Friday nights, we've had great viewership on Friday nights. Remember to follow us on Twitter. If we've been trying to post some highlights, we've been trying to give you guys some of this great footage that we've been seeing on replay. So make sure that you're following us on Twitter and Instagram and liking the content that's coming out. We've got more content coming. We've got some great things coming. If you didn't get a chance to see it on last week, we interviewed the head football coach of Prairie View A&M University. You can find it on YouTube. That is out there on the Centex Sports TV channel. It is out there, so you can go and pick that up, and that was a great interview. So Jalen, we're getting ready to sign off. Anything else you want to add before we let the people go?
Yeah, like you said, just reminders, follow us on all of the socials, guys, at Centex Sports on Twitter and at Centex Sports on TV on Instagram as well, and YouTube as well, the Centex Sports Network YouTube channel. Like you said, 2 great interviews on there right now with the head coach of Prairie View, Coach Eric Dooley, and with the radio host for the Dallas Cowboys, Kyle Yeoman. So make sure you guys go on there and check both of those interviews out, and we'll see you guys on Friday night.
Yeah, we need to get Kyle back on here. It's a lot of things happening in Dallas right now. Yeah. Send him a text. Tell him we need to get him on to talk to us about what's happening with the Cowboys. We want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we will see you soon. This has been your host, Roy Gillis, with co-host Jalen Gillis. Until the next time, we'll see you on Centex Sports Network.